What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Bryce Reactions. Your boy B Nim, man. We're here with another one. West Coast is scrambling. West Coast is in shambles again, and we like once again showing why they lost the torch of hip hop long ago, man. Glasses Malone doubling down, tripling down on Drake being the guy that helped initiate this investigation for YG and how YG's a victim to, Drake being on this, hate run or a vengeance run and things like that, which to me, whether true or not, like, which I obviously don't believe is true, it still don't speak to the real, like the realness of the conversation we need to be having. To like even mention Drake in this, it's like, okay, if you got some facts, let's see it. But outside of that, like the real conversation is YG was doing dumb shit. YG was fucking around with the gang shit like he's been doing. And now it seems like he might be suffering the consequences to being involved in that situation with Drakeo the Ruler, where he was the person that absolutely stabbed him or not. I don't know. That's not up to me. I'm not an investigator. I wasn't there. But he definitely was. And he definitely was there on the malice content. So with that being said, like I don't really feel too bad for them. And like they're scrambling trying to flip the narrative on all these other things to like I guess take the pressure off of them. But in reality, bro, like you push the button and and now you have to deal with the consequences. And like I said, a guy died. He ran his mouth. He probably wasn't the greatest, person as far as like let's say just like gang politics and shit like that. He was instigating all the things like that. But at the end of the day, you as YG got your own career to worry about. You're successful. You got platinum songs. You got I don't know if you got platinum albums, but he got big shit out there. You want to like lower yourself down to this type of shit, and then when like consequences come back to you, we supposed to feel bad. Like I'm sorry, I'm just not here for it. But we're gonna get into a couple different conversations with it. The first thing we're gonna listen to is Glasses Malone doubling down on the Drake angle, which to me is just utterly stupidity. But let's get it.
I
You
know.
saying this
I
nigga
know.
Drake dropping the money on the
That's what I'm
Draco
trying to figure
situation,
out.
bro. You don't think that's far fetched, big dog?
Not at all, cuz nigga mad, bro. He seeing shit.
Is this confirmed information?
Bruh, just keep watching, bruh. Niggas told us what was happening, and I just didn't believe niggas, bruh. I just didn't believe them. I'm like, hell no, cuz, but that's how this shit go, bro. You watching niggas see the information. You watching niggas do a million things. You watching niggas put this shit in his lap. This ain't by accident. Niggas is on purpose, cuz it's intentional.
For everybody that don't know what Glasses might be talking about, today he went viral. Clip from his podcast, basically saying Drake is funding the Drakeo the Ruler murder investigation.
It just don't work that way. It's a little more complex, but it wasn't even worth something talking about. The truth is, cuz like everybody know he's seen stories. Flock know he's seen stories. Niggas know
Hell nah, I don't know that. What you mean?
He know how the money spent, cuz in the business. Don't let fly.
Like the thing I say about this situation, I feel like Glasses Malone is adding more fire to it. Like people covered it, but it was legitimately because he got arrested. Before that, no one was covering that conversation. No one was talking about YG and Drakeo the Ruler like that. Like I mean, I see the Trap Ross video, but like mainstream media was not talking about YG and Drakeo the Ruler. Like I have never really heard anything outside of like until recently. I never knew YG was connected to that shit. And I've been covering hip hop for a minute, but it seemed to be like specifically something that West Coast niggas was kind of hip to. Like obviously, like even like the fight and shit like that. I mean, like I'm like we not even like outside of the West Coast, bro. Like Drakeo the Ruler wasn't that big for us to like when he died, like for us to really even like not even say notice, but know what happened and know who he was and all that. So to be honest with you, a lot of this stuff is coming out to a light for the first time. So I feel like the rest of the world, as far as hip hop outside of the West Coast, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm a little behind on that. But what I'm really trying to say is like before he got arrested, and it was just horrible timing. Like he was about to go on Versus, got arrested that same day. Like it just created a conversation that like people gonna talk about. Like Poet and Flacco gonna talk about. They didn't have to get shit. Like Drake didn't have to fund anything to do with that. Like it was a perfect time. And literally, YG was already in the headlines and earlier before you set to go on stage with the game. Like literally, you got arrested. So of course people gonna talk about it. And it was with Drakeo the Ruler, which is a big West Coast rapper. And I will say I've heard more about Drakeo the Ruler post the GNX dropping because he was talking about DJ Mustard and all that shit like that. So I've heard stuff like that come out. So that was kind of interesting. So I knew it was some type of beef with that. And I knew a little bit of that history. But once again, it was fairly new about the understanding that I had about that. So once again, Drake didn't have to really fund that. And then like now the conversation is mostly being led by Glasses Malone making these double down and dumb takes that are going viral and people want to respond to it. If Glasses Malone never really like went on this whole Drake is funding the campaign, like this second run of this going viral wouldn't have been there. But regardless of the fact, like it's hard to see that Drake's the one doing that. And then you also just have to like be honest that like YG has to go through this regardless if people was talking about it or not. Like, like that's the fact. Like once again, like I said before it even happened, no one was talking about this. He still had the cops on him. So it's something that's deeper than some like what they really wanted to admit. And I just got to be honest. Like maybe YG is scared. Maybe YG is panicking because he know he's connected. So this is what that looks like when you start to see them niggas saying anything. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna help you get out of your case.
Don't let Flock and them lie, bro. They know how the money spent in the business. They know they not crazy. They know the stories that's gonna go viral, and they know who's spending the money to tell stories. But he did that to act, and he did that to act boy.
With this YG stuff though, it's the coup deposition with Live Nation. That's what sparked it off, right? So like, if the Bodyguard is doing those interviews and then LA Times publish it, I don't think Drake needs to tell the media, "Hey, run this."
But you know how civil suits work, Flock. You know how civil suits put pressure on police stations so other people don't got to pay motherfucking lawsuits. So certain companies, bank arena, different arenas, they don't want to be responsible for Cuz murder. So if the family is suing them Cuz, it's seed money that's...
But from my understanding, they were suing Live Nation, right? For the venue not being like having like the right amount of security and stuff like that. Like, and which the family is 100% like have no like that's their right. That's what they should do. Like supposedly YG had 40 people and they had 40 wristbands or whatever, and Drakeo the Ruler only got 13. So that in itself felt like a setup, but who knows who's connected to that. But at the same time, like where's the security guard? If you know like they should know the history. If you bring in Drakeo the Ruler up in LA, you should know like some of the things that could possibly go wrong. Like I'm just saying, like they be knowing with other like with for instance when 6ix9ine was moving around and going on like going city to city, people was like, nah, you can't come here. Like you too much of a disruption. So if they were to allow him, it's like, well, you know you're supposed to have security. So that's kind of where I'm coming from that angle. And whether they're right or wrong, his family have the right to do that. Now, once let's say they do like try to sue Live Nation as far as Drakeo family. Maybe the feds or certain judicial systems want to pick that up. Like once again, you can't blame nobody but YG for putting himself in that situation, to being pulled down into this situation. Like it's the family right to sue. Like y'all said, with civil suits, he's not wrong. Civil suits can lead to deeper shit. Like that's normal shit. All this shit is normal like behaviors. But if YG didn't act how he acted that night, nigga, he would have been perfectly fine. Man, YG did, like, even if he did set the hit, you ain't have to be there, nigga. You ain't have to be there. Like, I don't know the logistics of how that night happened. Let's be real. But certain things could have happened a lot more smoother where you could have been, more dismissed from the case. But even then, like, it's your people that was connected to the nigga that was getting fucked up. So regardless, like, you was going to be cited to some type of RICO, like, because, like, it was so, like, up front. It was so in everybody's face. Like literally they talking about the guys screaming sued and stuff like that. So we'll get into that actually. So I ended up going here and breaking down. I wanted to get some of the timeline of what happened because I'm like, I don't feel right talking about this shit and I don't know who started it or not even this. I still don't know who started it at this point, but like how it kind of escalated to the night where Drakeo the Ruler actually died and why they're like trying to even possibly say, for instance, I seen, I don't think this was covered in it, supposedly the same outfit that they seen Drakeo, like the person that did the actual stabbing of Drakeo the Ruler, they seen YG wearing that outfit. Now, that don't mean that YG stabbed him. That could also mean YG's trolling like shit and like he actually know who the killer was because niggas gonna know. Niggas claimed the body around the hood. Like based on like the situation that happened. 40 dudes, they jumped him. We're gonna get into it. Like, it's more likely than not he knows exactly who got the stab across, whether it was him or one of his homeboys. So to wear the outfit that actually, like, you could easily get access to the outfit that was wore or knew exactly what he wore and mimic that outfit as a troll. So that don't necessarily mean he killed them, but it does imply a lot of other things. If it was true that like that outfit he wore looked exactly like the outfit in itself. But let's get into it. We found a couple clips. We're not watching the whole 1 hour's video, but it was some very interesting clips that I feel like adds context. So let's get into it.
And his dudes are really gonna get you.
I'm not gonna be going out there.
Hold on, my bad.
Doing no rap diss and shit, cause like, if it's smoke, it's really smoke with us. We ain't playing all that rap beef and all that shit. We not rap beefing. We really beefing. The homies gonna get you.
This appeared to be a bold threat, and naturally, it didn't take Draco long to clap back. 3 days later, on March the 11th, 2021, Draco reacts to Adam22 doing the YG interview by previewing a song on IG Live, with lyrics that say a rapper will get Swiss cheesed, i.e. shot, if he does one more thing, I assume referring to YG. Draco also goes on to post numerous IG stories.
Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say I feel bad for Drakeo the Ruler. Like, bro, these two dudes were super successful. I seen even Drakeo the Ruler fans was mad at him because he had beat a case and then go right back into the beefing and shit. It's like, bro, you got a second chance on life and you don't seem like you learn your lesson. YG, I don't feel bad for you, bro. Like, you going popping your shit on Adam22. Y'all niggas doing the most unmob mafia gang shit I've ever seen. Like, you niggas is doing the most talking, the most media friendly publicity tour runs on the beef and killings that y'all niggas is participating in. Like, it's so crazy to me. It's so, like, you making it so easy for the feds to keep this shit documented. But, like, you literally going to Adam22, talking and popping your shit, and everybody knows the context except maybe a few outsiders, but most people in the West Coast know. Most people, if they connected to the conversation, know. Most of the people in the gang world know. You think the feds they knowing? Like, so for me, it's like, I can't feel bad for a nigga that was popping his shit this bad. He was like, nigga, we don't beef with nigga. Like, he even said it, like how Lil Durk started saying, it's all rap. It's all rap. This is shit. This shit is not real life. And nigga started adding that context on his albums. Nigga, YG did the opposite. It was like, nigga, we ain't rapping, nigga. This is real life. My nigga's gonna touch you. Like, come on, bro. Like, I can't feel bad for you, bro.
Referring to YG directly, reposting a story that YG put up, congratulating Bobby Shmurda for getting out of jail, with a caption saying people will congratulate.
Wondering this, like, how are you gonna like do any?
Depend on the person.
Yeah, all right, we're just gonna end this thing.
Okay.
We're not gonna touch on this, Adam, because
If my girl wanted to do that, I mean, it is what it is.
Stay away from it,
No,
Adam.
okay.
Leave it alone, bro.
Jesus Christ. All
see,
right.
that's why I told you, man. Are y'all gonna be ready for me today?
Hey,
Because,
that's good.
You feel me?
Gina's telling me not to engage with this. I don't know what it is. She's just like, stay out of this,
Hey.
Adam.
Hey,
I look, Adam.
LA. It's a complicated
You know
place.
me, bro. I don't care. Like, and like.
But Draco wasn't done clowning Munchie B or dragging Adam22 unwillingly into LA gang politics, as Draco proceeds to ask Adam what he would do if a blind person said they were after him.
Hey, if somebody that can't see said that they was gonna like slide on you, how would that happen? Like, you blind. I'm just wondering this, like, how are you gonna like do anything if you blind? You can't see. You can't even
blind?
drive. Oh, okay, nobody. Nobody important.
Nobody important is crazy.
My bad.
Crazy troll.
I know the truth.
From here, a confused Adam says that he often doesn't know exactly what people are talking about when they make inside references on his podcast, with Adam inferring that he didn't know what YG was talking about when he came on No Jumper and said that his crew are really gonna get his ops, with Draco clapping back and saying YG isn't really tough.
Sometimes I feel like people are talking in innuendo on my podcast, and I'm kind of like not in the loop. Remember the YG interview?
Oh yeah, I don't know anything about that.
I didn't really like get
No,
that there
I
were
seen that,
coded
though, like-
messages in there that you would feel a way about.
Nah, it wasn't no coded messages because people are not like that, so it don't even matter.
That's kind of like what you said.
Yeah.
Naturally, the conversation would eventually turn to Inglewood, with a newly cocky Drakeo the Ruler leaving nothing off the table. He started by saying that he has enemies that don't gangbang, but represent Inglewood and are united in hating him, ultimately saying that he will never resolve his issues with Inglewood.
That don't gangbang, bang Inglewood like it's a gang. Like Inglewood, and if you beef with anything over here, we gonna have each other back.
Well, I hope all that shit gets resolved.
Never.
And Drakeo goes on to say that his ops aren't really killers, saying they don't own guns and their threats against him are not valid.
Do not be like that, Adam. I'm telling you, bro. Like, cause we be laughing and joking about the situation.
It was just a matter of time until the two groups bumped into each other and things boiled over. But for now, Drakeo and the Stink Team would be more focused on music and money, spending time performing on their Long Live the Great tour, dedicated to the memory of Ketchy the Great through September and October, with Drakeo eventually playing a big December 12th show on the bill for LA's Rolling Loud Festival. This was a big opportunity for Drakeo to perform in front of a crowd of tens of thousands of fans. It must have been an enormous moment for Drakeo's career, to have beaten the death penalty and a life sentence, getting out and overcoming the trauma of years in solitary confinement, and building up your rap career to the point where you've got thousands of adoring fans screaming his lyrics at the top of their lungs.
See, the complex shit about it is that I think whether it's true or not, the artists feel like they have to be able to use this beef shit to propel them. We've seen it with the drill shit. We've seen it with Chicago. We've seen it with them niggas in Florida for a long time. Like, I think it gets to a certain point where it's ingrained in their psychology. I feel like that's what I have to think, bro. Because you like this guy Trap LaRoche just said, like, bro, you doing shit that's tremendous compared to where you was at. You was in solitary confinement. Now you on tour doing your biggest one, and you still infatuated with a beef with YG. And it's the same with YG. Like these guys are doing so well, but they can't get over this shit. And that's what sticks out to me so much in these situations. Like, you losing your life on in one of your biggest moments because you beefing with some niggas that I haven't even really seen. Like, I watched most of this video. I didn't see any like real niggas really just dying like that for real. I seen a dude one of his brothers got ran over, and even Drakeo the Ruler was saying it wasn't one of them, and they was claiming a body. So I don't know if there was more bodies that I just not seeing, but for the most part, it wasn't just a long list of bodies that it was going back and forth between Drakeo and YG's camp from what I see. But even if it was, it gets to a certain point, like, bro, you niggas are too successful. But at the same time, it's like when they go on Adam 22, first thing they talk about, like, it's not even the first thing they talk about. The things they know they got to address is surrounding the beef. The things they want to address is surrounding the beef. So it's like, it feel like at a certain point, it's a part of their brand. And without it, they just not as successful, it feels like. Or that's what I feel like they feel like. But to me, when Drakeo was popping and shit, when I seen like the DJ Mustard shit, he taking his style, it's like, bro, you created something that people was inspired by and influenced by. If you just stayed down with that, like, who knows where that would have took you. So it's like, I really hope that's not the complex, but I really do. Like, we see it too much. We see it too much. Like, these guys be too infatuated with, like, presenting the beef. And that's what's the crazy part about it. If they was like, I'm not saying that they're not gangster or nothing like that. It's like, but like, the OG gangsters would not be like documented it so much on media. They wouldn't be like so willing to go on media and have interviews about it. And like, that's what makes it feel like it's a part of them trying to like keep their brand a certain type of look or a certain type of energy around it. And that's, to me, like, bro, that shit's so toxic and dangerous. But like, it's something I can't ignore.
To this point was an incredible achievement for Drakeo that's nothing short of amazing. But the sad fact is, this show would be the last one that Drakeo would ever play.
With Base 44, a
2021, Drakeo was set to perform his next show at the Once Upon a Time in LA Music Festival. He arrived to the venue in his...
So we look at I want to just pull up.
On December the 18th, 2021, Drakeo was set to perform...
So you got The Game, yeah, YG, Snoop, Ice Cube, E40. You see Drakeo the Ruler. Like, you see all these West Coast people there. Like, I can see why the family's suing, bro. Like, y'all know it's up between Drakeo the Ruler and YG. But at the same time, Drakeo the Ruler got to go there with more than 6 people, too. Like, or y'all got to be moving in and out. But at the same time, Blueface was there. Like, you can't be looking scary. So that look a certain type of way if you just hurry up and move around. But at the same time, it's 40 versus 6, bro. Like, I wouldn't even have performed there. I ain't gonna lie to you. But it's again, like, that looks scary. That looks scary. But at the same time, bro, it's about your life. It's about literally, like, you moving past these type of moments, bro. Like, at a certain point, like, you got to be bigger than this shit. And I say the same thing for YG, bro. Like, if YG really did stab that kid, bro, like, I have no problem with that nigga getting locked up. Like, bro, you did some stupid shit, bro. You did not have to do that shit, bro. I'm sorry. Like, as much as you in your feelings about not liking a nigga and keeping this shit street, y'all really don't rap like that. Like, y'all don't rap beef with niggas. Like, that shit cool. That shit cute. Nigga, you got family. You got people you taking care of. You making real millions, and now you about to go sit in jail being a 1% nigga. Like, you, bro, you did what most niggas could never do and accomplish, and now you right rubbing shoulders with shit that with niggas that's like the that accomplished the bare minimum shit to end up in jail. Like, if that's making sense. Like, bro, you did shit that niggas couldn't even sniff what you did. But now you sitting there and about to risk the opportunity of niggas telling you when you gotta feed and eat and where you gotta piss and shit and you got a roommate. Like, bro, isn't that ironic? Like, that shit, like, honestly, is insane that you even put yourself in that situation.
Perform his next show at the Once Upon a Time in LA Music Festival. He arrived to the venue in his iconic Rolls-Royce Dawn and an incredibly small entourage who were meticulously searched and stripped of any weapons upon arrival at the venue. Drakeo had apparently been given a maximum of 15 wristbands for his entourage, which in the end only stood 6 people strong, plus just one lone security guard. It was around 8:30 p.m. when things went left. Drakeo, Ralphie, and others engaged in a scuffle, as apparently somebody in the distance shouted, "Fuck the Stink Team, fuck Drakeo," with the Stink Team immediately set to square up and squabble with their opposition. Drakeo, Ralphie, and others begin to engage in a scuffle, but what begins as a fair fight soon swells into a mob brawl.
And that's pussy in itself, if I'm being honest, bro. It's 40 of y'all, it's 6 of y'all. Like, y'all gotta use weapons, bro. Like, I get it. Y'all saying it's up. It's life or death shit. Y'all did that shit live in front, like that in itself, bro. Y'all did that shit live in front of a whole like set of people, bro. Like that, like that's insane in itself. That's insane in itself. But just going back to it's like, bro, y'all couldn't have just duked it out. Like, you had to kill a nigga. Like, y'all just couldn't have beat the shit out the nigga. You had to kill a nigga. It's 40 of y'all. Like, that in itself to me is so pussy, but hey, West Coast politics, you hear me?
As dozens more people appear to face off with the Stink Team in a fight. According to witnesses, the attackers are apparently blood members. The mob of attackers, mostly wearing red, descend on the Stink Team, apparently hollering the famous blood chant, "Su Wu." This gang of bloods was later described as being around 40 to 60 people strong, having the Stink Team only 6 men strong, massively outnumbered. With individuals at the scene notably being seen wearing 400 merch, the record and clothing label of blood rapper YG, who had allegedly arrived at the venue with his entourage shortly before this scuffle broke out. Footage of the altercation would later surface online, which, despite being very chaotic, if slowed down and observed carefully, does appear to show the moment when Drakeo the Ruler is stabbed. These clips are far too violent to show you on YouTube, but if you want to see a full frame-by-frame breakdown of what happened in the footage, you can see that on my Patreon. Slow motion footage circulating after the incident breaks down this short 20 seconds of fight footage in excruciating detail. Before the stabbing takes place, you can actually see somebody in a black ski mask being handed an object that looks like a knife. As the fight goes on, Drakeo's outnumbered crew are rushed back by the mob of bloods and separated from Drakeo. At this point, the individual who was earlier handed an object appears to swing a knife at Drakeo, with Drakeo...
That boy had no chance. 40 deep? No chance, bro. You could have been Tyson, boy. They're gonna get to you, especially with the type of timing they was on, the energy they was coming with. They was gonna get to you eventually. That's tough. And he just I'm pretty sure out of shape rapper. Like, yeah, that was, bro. That's terrifying.
putting out an open hand to block the blade. His use of an open palm to protect himself is notable because it suggests that he could see a blade coming towards him rather than a fist, which would have elicited a closed knuckle guard. From here, the camera pans to the right, and we don't see Draco being stabbed directly. However, from the audio, it appears as if somebody is shouting he has a knife, as we see what appears to be Stink Team members fleeing through a nearby gate. As they run, it sounds like somebody says, "We got him," perhaps a sign that the fatal stab to Draco's neck had just been administered. And while nothing more of this large rumble is seen in the clip, later more footage would emerge, seeming to show Drakeo the Ruler receiving medical attention as he lays on the ground bleeding from his neck. Draco would be transported from the venue to the hospital in critical condition, sadly being pronounced dead as a result of his stab wounds around midnight, roughly 4 hours after the altercation.
Chaos at a packed concert featuring rap legends like Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube. A person was stabbed and police have shut down the show.
Well, a man is reported dead after being stabbed at a concert in Exposition Park last night. TMZ is reporting the victim was rapper Drakeo the Ruler. It happened around 8:30 last night during the Once Upon a Time in LA Music Festival being held at the Bank of California Stadium.
This video covers the absolute
Draco's family and friends were able to protect Draco, who was left stabbed, ultimately concluding that while it was the killer that had the ill intention to take Draco's life, Draco's mother believes that the festival organizers should bear some responsibility for what happened backstage at their event, suggesting that she was pushing ahead with a lawsuit against Live Nation. Live Nation may very well bear some of the blame regarding the circumstances that caused Draco to lose his life that day, but ultimately the true responsibility lies with the killer who swung the knife and inflicted a fatal blow on Draco's neck during that fight. Following the announcement of Draco's death, the police apparently had 0 suspects, but that doesn't mean that the streets weren't talking, as Draco and Stink Team affiliate K7 would go live to the world saying that he believed that YG and his crew were responsible for Draco's death and blaming his security for providing the murder weapon.
I'm speaking facts, bro. YG a real life bitch. Bro, I'm so mad, bro, on my mama, bro. YG did some hoe shit, bro. And if I see Cuz, I'ma slap the shit out. We fighting big ass security. You got your security guards fight. Come on, bro. That shit ain't cool, bro. On my mama, bro. They got the big ass ball security guards snuck in knives, all type of weird shit. Let them come 70 thick, but only told us we only can bring 15 people, bro. That don't make no sense, bro. You only told us we can bring 15 people, but let them bring 100 people, bro. YG can't perform in LA no more, bro. It's hating, bro. YG real.
Yeah, I mean, that dude look crazy. I don't know, like YG was a bigger name. If you even just look at the list, and YG on the top, like 5 of the Live Nation list, and then you had Drakeo the Ruler at the bottom. Like, YG probably could have said some things or got some people in, like on some like artist clout shit. Like, I'm one of the bigger names here. I'm one of the biggest draws. It's LA. Like, you gotta let me come however many. Like, and the whole time they plotting and scheming, which, like I said, I understand where bro coming from. Like, yeah, I knew like I could catch him off guard. And I mean, if it's up, it's up. Like, you know, you can outnumber them. And on top of that, you knew y'all could sneak in shit. Like, bro, to me, that shit is beyond like weak to me. Like I said, maybe I just jumped a nigga, but to take a dude life, like, hey, you gotta suffer the consequences. Literally, it happened within like Trap Laura said, I think like 15 minutes within YG pulling up, like the whole scuffle and shit happened. So even just the logistics and like how the atmosphere changed immediately once YG got there and how it instantly went up, like it's hard for me to see how he wasn't involved to some degree. Now, if he actually committed the fatal like stabbing, that's even more wild when you got all them niggas there and you that fucking millionaire. But regardless of the fact, I'm just interested to see the rest of the facts that come out with this conversation. Like I see here, did YG and Drake, did YG get Drakeo the Ruler killed? I'm gonna end up probably watching that. I didn't even notice that until I was like really watching this video or making this video. So I'm sure that's gonna have some more updated shit. But I'm just be covering and keeping up with it, because to me this is very interesting, man. It's literally 2 millionaires beefing with each other, and one ended up losing his life, and honestly the other one might end up rubbing shoulders in prison with, you know, a bunch of cellmates that ain't never touched $1 million in their life. But with all that being said, man, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. We on the road to 500. Peace.